and we'll get started. Once again, kind of a weird morning. We're kind of gapping down a hair on futures, and yeah, I mean honestly, there's just not like just some really A plus setups for me. But um, yeah, if you're not early, you're late. I agree. But I do have two scenarios that could work out today. Um, Netflix had a lot of volume on Friday. It was a sell-off day, but that means that there was still some attention there. I don't really mind the setup, honestly. I mean, it's nothing crazy good, but it'll be a 52-week high, and Netflix has been doing pretty good lately. So I'm gonna follow the trend here. For you guys that aren't in the day traders coaching corner with me, I did mention QQQ. SPY is pretty much looks very similar, not ideal, but similar. So I mean, obviously we have an uptrend here that we've just been following since honestly in December of 2023. So we haven't broken out of this. We've just kind of been chopping and grinding our way up, but look where we are right now. So I mean, could I give you a prediction on what I think is going to happen? Of course, but at the end of the day, I don't know exactly, right? So either we're going to bounce down here around this area, and I'm on the daily chart here, so we're actually down $2. So we're down here right on this line at 435. Um, could we break and slip down like this? Yes, and honestly, that's probably what I think could happen. Um, but again, we have a lot of news coming out in the next 2-3 days. So if today is more of a flat consolidation day, we're just going to have to accept that, right? There's no reason to go and try to force a trade and lose money we don't need to lose, right? So let's be patient today. If there's a good setup, we'll take it. This is a support. So what does supports do? Sometimes we're going to get buyers come in and we're going to get a bounce. I could easily see that. We are down pre-market, but only 0.5% on NQ. So I mean, I don't know. We could sell off today, or we could go flat. We could bounce. Again, I just don't know, and none of us know, and you'll never know. So your job is to react the right way. Um, so we're just gonna have to sit back, see what happens. I could easily see stuff bouncing. I mean, if there's some good news, but honestly, chances are I feel like a pullback is due. I don't know why we've just continued to push all-time high after all-time high. So at one point, that's going to end. Is it going to end this week? Is it going to end in a year? I don't know. Again, but we will see. I just want to make sure everyone is understands this clearly that we are at an important level here on the Qs, and under 435, then probably under 430 is where all these buyers and all these longs are going to get some pressure on them, and they could start stopping out, and that's when you could see a slip. Typically, sell-offs are more aggressive than pushes up. So, especially after something's really, really extended, nobody wants to be that last guy bag holding, right? So, yeah, that's important to know. Tesla, pretty strong bounce yesterday. We did see some good news on that. Um, is there really a trade here for me coming up into all this just kind of chop zone here? Not really. This zone down here, I want everyone to see this as well. The last time that we kind of bounced and just ripped up to 300 from about 150 was in this area, right? So under 160, 150 to me is a pretty strong buying zone. But we do have this trend line here from way, way, way back in here that is following. So if we do come in here and we don't bounce, I think next spot's going to be about 140. And then honestly, I'd be buying all the leak calls in the world. But I don't know. This could be the bounce here. I don't know. 150 seems to be a pretty psychological level for buyers to come in, especially after something that's extended this far. But from a psychological perspective, Tesla's been super, super weak. There's been really no buying pressure in this. You had a couple days of buying here, and then they just completely folded this thing over. But even if Tesla's ready to go, the market is so far up in the air that if that comes crashing down, Tesla's probably not going to have enough strength, by itself to really get some strong bounces. So it's the only reason I'm hesitant. If we can see the market really come down a good 5%, 10%. And Tesla gets pulled down here close to 150 or maybe even under it. That's where I'm going to be more comfortable trying to go long. So just so we're all on the same page there, my two trade ideas today are if the market does get weak on us and we start falling. AMD has been super weak, but why? I don't know exactly. But NVIDIA, I guess they didn't do that great yesterday on their first day of their conference. Again, it is going all week. So there still could be some good news that they're kind of keeping close that they will release later on in the week. It's hard for me to bet against NVIDIA right now, but this thing's basically gone from 500 to 1,000. So some sort of pullback is probably due as well. So, in NVIDIA, we're seeing NVIDIA bounce here pretty aggressively pre-market after the sell-off, and AMD is just not. So if the market does stay weak with us, this looks like one of the weakest names across the board that I'm seeing, and I would like to look possibly downside here. Meta's a bit weak as well, but not as weak as AMD, and then we're also trading into all this chop zone here that probably won't give us the cleanest price action. So if the market's weak, looking at AMD. If the market is strong, Netflix is going to be my watch here, simply because it's been strong with the market. If we do get a bounce, this looks decently good. On a 4-hour chart, we came up and tested the 625 level, came back in. Buyers held the 600 level, came up, tested it again. We broke through. We hit a high of 627.74, pulled back in. Yesterday, pretty strong day as well. Got right up to that 627 level again and then sold off. So if we can get some strength in the overall market, we get the rip through 620, get through 625, probably going to be looking to play ideally the play is probably going to be a breakthrough 625, come up maybe 626, 627, pull back. I want to see buyers hold 625. That's when we get our bounce. That's when we can get in, play that 627 break and look for a breakthrough of 630. So that's an ideal setup for me. Obviously, I'm going to have to gauge it and see what happens. We are opening $10 under. So getting a $10 move and then, ideally another $4 or $5 move after that is probably asking a lot without any sort of catalyst right now on Netflix. So we'll see. Again, nothing A+. These really have to set up pretty nice for me to take them. Because, guys, there's no reason to come and force a trade. As much as I want to come in here and give you guys just a banger trade every morning, my job is to show you guys the realities of this. And I rather take 1, 2, 3 good trades a week rather than come in here and just like a machine gun and try to take as many trades as possible, because that doesn't actually mean you're going to make more money. That probably means you're actually going to lose money if you do that. So that's really all I got. Do you guys have any tickers? Chris, Coin, let's check it out. Looks pretty weak here. Looks like we are giving up this uptrend. Not too bad. I know crypto is coming down, so let's take excuse me. Let's take a look at that. Wow, down to 64K. This could be a decent trade here. I mean, when I look at the NASDAQ and SPY as futures for my stocks, I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum for basically, quote unquote, the futures of stuff like coin, right? Because this is they're identical. So this actually isn't terrible, Chris. This actually isn't terrible at all. Obviously, some weakness, like you said, Bitcoin down a lot. Could that lead to a bounce? Of course. Or we could slip under 220. So let me put this up on the side. I will watch this. Probably going to be looking for some sort of 220 break here, because we do have pre-market lows down here at 217.85. So let me mark this off here. Good eye, Chris. I like that. Yeah, I mean, we bounced here around 215, 216 last time. We bounced here on 217. So, I mean, it's a valid support. So, I mean, really, to me, 215 is probably going to be the real level. 220 could act as a support as well. But then again, if you think from a supply and demand perspective, 220 to 215 is going to be that zone, right? Just like we're talking about here, right? Bounce 215, bounce at 220. That kind of creates that zone there for us. So then we also have all this to worry about. This is kind of under 210. So Coin's something that I don't trade a lot, but it's kind of like BA. When you do catch a trade on it, the option uh, volatility and the percentage gain or loss is going to be pretty big compared to something normal with always a lot of liquidity. So lighter size, and let's just kind of look for a quick safe trade there. So honestly, I'll sit here and watch this off the open just because it might be the closest thing. And then AMD is going to be the next one, and that's just going to shoot directly down. So let's see here. Let me go back to AMD. Let me make sure the levels I'm watching makes sense here. Do have a little bit of a trend line that we're running into on the 1 hour. Now that we're so far under 185, I don't know that I'm that big of a fan of it. This could just come straight down here. Coin seeing a little bit of buying pressure. Market's a bit weak. AMD weak here. Let me take a look. I'm not looking to jump the gun here the first minute. So if this wants to make a move, then it can. Ideally, we can kind of see it creep down in here close to 180, and then we can see it bounce. But if we go right through, we go right through. This is not the environment right now to be taking off the open trades. We got about a 70,000 wall, 75,000 wall at 180 here on AMD. So I do like to see that. Nice little bounce there. So that's what I want to see. Ideally, we can come back up into 185 for a couple minutes, and then we can roll back over, play this low a day through 180. So I know this is quick, guys, but I'm gonna trade. If I do take this trade, it's gonna be the 180 puts on AMD for this week. I want to make that clear. I'm not in. I feel like everyone's okay with me saying loading up, but some people got mad at me at one point. But loading up doesn't mean pulling the trigger, right? Okay, so NVIDIA weak, AMD kind of getting into some trouble here at VWAP. Apple selling off, Tesla selling off into 170. Where's coin? Coin bounced, trying to roll back over. Let's see what happens here. Market getting a little bit of a bounce here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't even looked at the coin contracts, Chris. That's probably something I need to do quickly here. Here we go. Coming into test 185 here on AMD. So I'm going to quickly look at this. Way more expensive than I thought. 106% IV. That's pretty expensive. Spreads are awful. Super low volumes. That may not even be tradable for us, guys. Even as good as the setup looks, that may not be tradable for us. Yeah, I mean, under 100 volume here in a lot of this. Spreads are over $100. There's no reason to be getting in like that and being down that much. So probably something we can just watch on the side. Let's see what AMD does here. So I do have the 180 calls loaded up. Ideally, we see a kind of a failure here. Buyers can't get it above. And then honestly, I'd be probably looking to play at the low a day here. Small size, not looking for anything crazy. NVIDIA staying weak. Well, nope, now we're pushing here. So they're kind of following each other. The market is trying to bounce as well. Yes, 180 put. Sorry. 180 put. I really say calls. Sorry about that. A good y'all knowing more than me. So yeah, we'll see. So already we're starting to see a little bit of a failure here at 185. We have now a low of day at 181, which I do like. So let's see, we can get above 185, but again, like, you want to see some trouble here. You want to see the buyers kind of struggling to get this above 185. Then you just kind of want to see this thing roll right back over. I mean, I'm not comfortable at all trying to take early positions up in here because I could easily see this thing just bouncing. The market's bouncing. We're down a pretty good amount pre-market, already down almost 3%. So probably more like 3.5% up in down by the morning. Sorry, down by the low a day. Look over and see Porterhouse saying good morning. What's up, my man? So look at that pretty nice top side wick there, right at 185. Let's see if this thing can just fail here. We want to see all these guys trying to buy up in here, get pushed out of the way, and that's where you're going to get that aggressive slip. So NQ also had a nice topside wick there with some selling pressure. NVIDIA is failing at 875. So these are all kind of lining up the same. Porter, we're looking at the 180 puts on AMD. Let's check that wall out again here. I'll send it in the Discord chat so you guys can see. I can get a screenshot off. There we go. So AMD, you guys can see here where the big numbers are. So if I'm looking downside, I'm going to look for a wall on the bid side. If I'm looking upside, I'm looking for a wall on the ask. Coin still just moving up here. Okay, so that's okay. I'm going to set some alerts on that around 225 in case that wants to roll over for us. Wow, Meta getting crushed here. 485. Netflix selling off as well. NVIDIA really failing here. So now we're seeing AMD do the same thing. NQ is trying to come in for a low a day. So this is all kind of lining up here. I like it. So ideally, I want to see this kind of start getting under this yellow line here, which is going to be VWAP. Could easily just kind of pull back in here and then bounce. So I'm not going to jump the gun, but so far I'm liking this. This is probably going to be a pretty quick scalp. I mean, I'm not looking for a crazy move down. I do think that there's probably room for this to go down to 175 either today or tomorrow, depending on how weak the market is. But, you know, really, guys, I'm just going to kind of be looking to get in kind of before this low a day, look for this break, and then look for a move through 180. That's about it. But a $1 move, $1.50 move on AMD should pay pretty decently. Starting to get under VWAP here. I like that. I want to see buyers start getting some pressure put on them here and start seeing some selling. Under 183, they should get under a little bit of pressure. There you go. I like that. Market staying weak here as well. Still just a little too far. No reason to get in almost $2 above our level here. I'd rather be late and right and early and wrong. Netflix falling off a cliff here, so that's going to be done for the day. So and market's weak, so I wouldn't even take that trade regardless. Coin pushing new high here. NVIDIA and AMD look pretty identical, both trying to come in for their lows of day. So far, though, I mean, this is kind of working out how I wanted. Push up 185, failure there. Couldn't get it above, couldn't even close the candle above. And now the market's kind of ripping down for low a day. So I want to see this really start speeding up here. It's going a bit too slow, but, you know, AMD is a slow mover. Watch volume here. Coming into 182. This doesn't look that bad. Coin just completely reversed here. Market staying weak. I don't like how the NASDAQ has already made a new low and AMD is still behind. Let's see if we do it 182 here. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to taking some sort of starter position and just having like a really quick stop loss here above 183. That could work, but, you know, again, there's no reason to take a small little loss for no reason. This looks weak. I'd rather just kind of get in near the low. Market's a bit extended to the downside. We could easily see some sort of relief bounce here that I don't want to be caught in, have to wait for it to roll over. I'm watching times and sales on these 180 puts, though, and we're seeing some pretty decent buying. 180 puts have the most volume, 8.6 thousand, 8.7 thousand volume already. Under 10 minutes. That's pretty decent. especially for the price that they are right now. Market's still staying weak. I like that. We're just seeing the struggle a little bit here at 182. Okay, yeah, we're good. Something went off my news here. Okay. Close under 182. I do like that. Let's see if this can continue here. I'm just a little worried about a relief bounce. The market is really selling off here, and we're just seeing a little bit too much buying pressure on AMD. Nvidia already made a really clean low a day. Here we go, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a little starter position. Then I'm going to look to add in around this low. We could see a bounce. Probably going to use above like 182.40, 182.50 as some sort of stop loss here. So I'm filled at 360 a contract here. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce in the market, which I was worried about. I could have been a little early on this, but I'm loving the weakness. Here we go. Beautiful. 390 a contract here. Looking for this low a day break. I want to see 181 get taken out here pretty soon. Market's still selling off here. We could easily double bottom, but I do think that there's still a pretty good chance here. It's just lagging a little bit too hard. There could still be a relief bounce, so just got to give it a little bit of room to work. Great selling pressure there, guys. That green to red candle was beautiful. I want to see them continue that through 181.25. I'll probably add to the position under that. Again, in a light starter here, just because I know that there could be a little bounce, and I don't want to get scared off here. But still green here, about $10 a contract. Let's see this low a day come right now. Another red to green. Sorry, green to red candle. That's beautiful here. Looking for this low a day. I'm going to take some profits on the low a day, even before 180. Under 181.25. Here we go. About $4 a contract here, up already over 10%. As long as we can stay under 182, I'll stay happy with this. AMD is a slow one. I know that from trading it for a long time. It's not one of those names you're gonna get a massive red candle all the way through the lows here, but I want to see 181 get taken out here. We do have a small wall there as well. 395 a contract. There we go. Broke that low a day. I'm going to take a little bit of profits here at $4 a contract. Nice. I don't really like to see that bounce. I want to see them close this under 181. There we go. So I'm out of some there at $4. Market's still selling off here. Nice. Want to see under 180 and 50 cents now. This 50-cent level is going to act as a little bit of a support. We are really extended, guys, with no bounce, so I don't want to hold on to this for too long. Go ahead and take profits if you haven't on anything. Here we go. 180.53 got hit there on the low. Market's still selling off. Everything's nice and weak. Let's see a little bit more continuation out of this, AMD. Come on. I'm out of about half my position there, so that's good. We now have a cushion. Nvidia is selling off hard here. Come on. Let me see this keep going. I want to see this 180 break. If we can get 180 break, we're probably going to see about 440 a contract, maybe about 430. That would be close to a 20% gain there. We're struggling here. This 50-cent level, like I said, we got to get through it. New low, 50 cent right on the dot. Broke it by 1 cent there and then bounced. I'm going to shave a little bit more off. This is taking a little too long. I was worried about a little bit of a market bounce because we haven't really seen any yet. And that's why I typically like to wait, see the bounce. But this was just so weak here. Let's go, RB. Good. I'm still in a couple out of 75% of that position there. Stocks don't just go straight down. So, there's no reason to freak out on a small little bounce. This has been weak all morning. Market's been weak. But again, we could just see a kind of a V-shaped reversal and this thing just blow us out of the water. So that's why you got to take profits a little bit, at least when you get that move in your favor. And then just kind of wait. Coin, wow. Coin just ripped straight through low a day, right down in that 220 level. Back above 181. So remember, this was low a day here, 181. That original low a day. Now we have 180.49. Nice rollover back under 181. I want to see this really get weak again, but I know that it could take a few minutes kind of up in here, and then we see kind of a little H pattern here. So I'm not too worried. For my remaining contracts, I'll just take them off above 182. No reason to give it any more room than that. You guys better have taken some profits with me. There we go. So now AMD is looking a bit weaker here than the NASDAQ, so I do like to see that. I want to try to hold this to target, just knowing that AMD is a slow mover. It's not going to be something that goes in 1 minute. Look at that. Beautiful weakness here. Kind of a little H pattern. Ideally, this takes a few more minutes, but I'm not going to be mad if it wants to just instantly go for a new low. Quick little buy up there, back above 181. I want to see this slip quick. 180.80, 180.79. They need to close this candle back under 181, and I'll be happy here. 180.72, 65, 63. Watch that bid. 60, 57, 54, 55, 52. Should see a new low here. Nice. Still waiting for that 180 break. That's going to be my target, but I already have some profits locked in, so there's no reason to really kind of panic here and not hold for this. There we go. New low, 28. 180 is going to be a psychological level for probably some buyers. So 410 a contract. What they hit about 430, 425. Yeah, that was great, Chris. I'm happy with this for sure. $180.50. So now we're just kind of playing around with this 50-cent level again. The bid is under, ask is under now. We should see another new low quickly here. We're just seeing a little bit of a bounce here on futures, so it's struggling a little bit. Maybe I should have taken some starters up at 185. We would have caught a $4.50 move. Retesting 181 here. I'm going to go ahead and just put a break-even stop loss in the rest of these at 360. If this can hold under 181, I'll stay in this. If we start closing above, my break-even is probably going to be around 180.40. Look at that. Still struggling at 181. Quick buy-ups, though. I don't like those aggressive buy-ups after a little pullback. NVIDIA really starting to bounce, so AMD could go next. Here we go. Still holding under. Market's trying to bounce here. Honestly, this looks like a bounce area. So if you guys want to take profits again on the rest at 4, do it. I only have a couple left, so I'm just going to let them go break even because I've already taken about 80% of these off. NQ not bouncing that hard, though, so this could be just a little bit of a bear flag. I really want to see under 180. 415 a contract here, 420. Beautiful 425. Look how quickly that new low came in, but look how quickly they just bought that up. That's typically a really bad sign. 75% or 75-cent buy up there on AMD. Not a fan of that. I wanted to see a new low on that candle. to me that looks like shorts may be taking profits on this in the short term, because unless there's just that much buying pressure here. Still got $4 a contract. I mean, it's still up over 10% on this. Still kind of holding under 181. I'm going to stick to my rule here. If you're nervous, stressed out, whatever, get out. The only reason I'm just kind of hanging out and trying to watch this is because I've already taken off so much of my position for green. Market's starting to roll back over here. See how quickly AMD wants to go. Want to see under 180. I want to see a new low here as well. 180.28. Come on, big fella. Let me see you rip right through here. Looks like a pretty decent bear flag here on NQ. We're starting to come down into. Just be patient. If you've taken profits off. If you haven't taken anything off, get out. 415 a contract. I mean, that's great. $181. Yeah, they're probably going to bounce this guy. There you go. All right, break even stop is almost there. Ideally, if they can hold it under 181.50, because I'm still not break even yet for another 10 cents, I would stay in this. They hit me on the bid. Didn't get filled there. Market just had a pretty strong bounce. I like that topside wick. Market's showing no sign of rolling over right now, but AMD really didn't bounce that hard. NQ closed, really strong green candle. And AMD really didn't go anywhere. All right, I'm going to just go break even there. Yeah, market just ripped here. It's just so you guys who aren't looking at NQ. I was looking for this to kind of roll here, and we were. Got a little bear flag that I was kind of looking to break right here. And we just kind of broke right out of it. So it's all good. There still could be a trade there at 180. I mean, that's where the wall is. That's what I'm still waiting on. That's going to be where the action is. But, oh, wow, look at that. They rejected it again. So this is still staying pretty weak. Seeing a lot of things kind of reverse here, though. Apple reversed really hard. Coin's about to come in for that 220 level. Wow, look at that. Back under 181 here. Pretty solid little bear flag. Not going to lie. This could still work. Looks like it's just kind of waiting on the market here. But, I mean, look at the wicks we're seeing on the downside. That's the only problem. You know, this could be the bear flag I was kind of waiting on up here that we didn't get. I feel like there still could be a trade in this, but already pretty nicely green on the day. Watching Home Depot. Okay, let me watch AMD here for just one more second. I want to see if we can get this break. So I might look to scalp this new low. Just see if I can pick up a couple nickels and dimes here, because to me, this is the kind of price action I wanted, but it just happened up here. It happened a little too late than I would have liked. But still just kind of waiting on it. A lot of downside wicks I don't really want to mess with right now. Look at the buying pressure. Kind of under that trend line here. $180.60. Look at that strong bounce. Market did as well. So we're kind of creating an uptrend on NQ. But I mean, still just seeing weakness here on AMD. It's just to me, I think it's a matter of time. But one side's gonna win. One side's gonna win. We're still holding under 181. Looks pretty good to me. Still seeing some weakness here, kind of ahead of NQ, which I do like. Bounce back up here. Big bull, yes, I did. We just traded AMD. Why? Did you just show up? Oh man. Yeah, I mean, not the most ideal play. Probably could have gotten in a little bit earlier on this, but not bad. I mean, over 25%. I mean, at least over 10%, still a good trade. Look at the selling pressure there, guys. Wow. Still just waiting for this to come through. There you go. I feel like any minute here, guys, this could really slip. Yeah, mate, nor good. Good, good, good. $180.70. Any second here, I feel like this bear flag could really break nice. $180.50. Notice what I'm doing here. Moving this down to a 2-minute chart rather than a 1 minute to kind of calm any sort of nerves. Not in this, but it's just kind of practice here. Just so you don't have to worry about all that 1-minute chart, just crazy choppy consolidation here. I mean, look at the 5-minute. You back out on a 5-minute, there's just no reason to even look to get out on this. Here you go. 180.40. See if they can get a new low here. Market a little bit of a buy up here. This is just really struggling to get through these lows. I hate it. 180.50 back under 180.50. 180.40 back to 50. I just want to see this happen. 180.50, 180.40, 180.30. There you go. Slip through here. So, I mean, like right now, guys, I'm not even looking at this chart here. I'm looking at this small little number right here because I can see how buyers and sellers are kind of battling it off here. You'll see the bid come down and the ask cannot follow it. That means people are still trying to buy this up. Little stuff like that. And then, obviously when you get the bounce, I just kind of back out. Look at this. As weird as that is, maybe that's just me, but I'm literally staying right at this number most of the time here. Come on, AMD. I just want to see this trade idea work out. Looks like the market's in just kind of a big bear flag, or we're just going to slowly grind all the way back up to high a day. 180.50 again here. I know you probably can't see it, but you'll see the bid get under 180.50 and the ask stay above, and you see a bounce. And then once you see the ask get under, boom, boom. See, now we just got a little slip there. Here we go. New low on the day. Come on, let's see this 180 level. Buyers should be getting pushed out of the way right here. 180.15 low there. No way. Back at that low a day. 12 cents off. 14, 11, 13, 9, 8. So right here, I'm looking right here, guys. Come on, big fella. Let me see this break right through. We had 20 cents. We hit 7 cents off. But 180 is going to be a pretty important level. Market did bounce against us, so that's kind of why you're seeing a little bounce here, but nothing crazy yet. 20 cents off. 25, 22, 16, 15. This is moving crazy here. I want to see volume spike. Let's move down in the 1 minute here and see how this 1 minute can. Yeah, it's not bad. Here we go. Look at this. Nice little bear flag. See, it's kind of what I'm talking about. It wasn't the cleanest thing in the world, but you kind of see this move up a little bit slowly here, but the top side wicks are what sold it for me. 180.03. 05, 01. Bam. There you go. That's why you look for walls, is because you're gonna see that just like instant rip down there. Nice. Well, that was fun. 465 a contract here. Anyone else catch a little bit of that? Yeah, I scaled out a bit early, Jim. Nice snowflake. I love it. Yeah, I sold a bit early there, but I mean, we were kind of selling in on these lows. I'm okay about. But yeah, I mean, I just, regardless of catching it or not, guys, I want you to be able to listen to me kind of read through those. And I mean, look, I mean, if you didn't sell kind of right on that minute, um, that's kind of where you see that bounce. So all good. You guys got to watch me read through some price action there. I hope you enjoyed that. What are we, about 30 minutes into the day? Look at that instant bounce back up. Yeah, never going to go broke taking a profit, guys. It's all good. I didn't catch that entire move, but um, it is what it is. This wasn't like an A plus setup here by any means. So I'll take it and move on. Apple bouncing all the way back up. Meta bouncing all the way back up. Well, what do you guys think about that? Did the stuff I was talking about kind of reading the bid and the ask and looking for buyers to hold it under this level, 50 cent level, whatever. Does that all that stuff make sense? That's why I literally talk through, I told you I talked through every second. So for any of you new guys that didn't really believe that, there you go. See what's going on over here. Anyone on X or YouTube, you guys can comment as well. I can see that. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I didn't make like the biggest trade in the world, but make a couple bucks and move on. I mean, for as quick as that was, I'll take it. I'm just glad to make a little bit of money on a day like today. I think we picked probably the cleanest play, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, coin would have worked, but that would have been a pretty risky trade to take. I'll pull that up here. Just because, obviously we were looking for that kind of that low a day move, but see it kind of topple out here and then just having to chase this one candle to me is very risky on something like coin. Plus the contracts were awful. So whatever. Where's Tesla? Under 170 here. Apple 175. Nvidia bounced back up here pretty hard. Looks like AMD did a little bit too. Oh, I didn't get much feedback on me talking through that. I hope that was good. Or if it was too much. I mean, I'm here for the criticism, guys. I want to hear it. Thanks, RB. Good. Yeah, I mean, again, and I've told you guys this. I've been in different chat rooms and signal rooms or whatever, and a lot of the times you're just gonna kind of get I'm in and I'm out. So I know how I would have liked to learned. All right, good, Kenny. Oh, sweet. Good, Snowflake. Good. All right, then I'll keep doing that. Yeah, and I mean, I know that if you're really new, you're probably not even going to understand what I'm really talking about. So that's kind of where my day trading lessons are going to come in that coaching corner. But and I do have a free lesson tonight for all the free members as well. So um, that's more of a Q&A type stuff in the premium side of things. That's where I do a really in depth specific topic. But yeah. So, it's just going to take time for people that are new that don't really know what I'm talking about as clearly, but you'll get it. Yeah. And, it's just stuff that's going through my mind. I mean, that's just kind of how I'm thinking. Probably not as fast paced as that because I can just kind of look at this stuff and not really say anything, but I want to think out loud so you guys know kind of the thought process on how this is all kind of playing out in my head. What I'm looking for, buyers against sellers, even where I'm looking at on the screen. Yeah, yeah, and just like Nikki said, I mean, this is I'm done for the day. I mean, that's it. That's all I'm here for. So I mean, if I'm not live streaming, I'm just leave the desk. This is my 30-minute workday. So pretty rough, right? Pretty rough. But you guys can yeah, this is a good chance to ask questions for y'all that can't make it to those night lessons. And again, for y'all in the day trader corner, I do want to do some sort of poll on what time works best for y'all for those premium lessons. because typically I've been doing 9 p.m. Eastern, and I do that because I don't want people to be at dinner, or if you have kids or whatever, they're probably in bed. So you kind of have some time to do it. And if you have a day job, then if you're at work, then during the middle of the day probably wouldn't work for you as well. So um, I do want to know. We'll do some sort of poll on that soon. Are y'all recording those? The premium lessons, Nikki, that's a good question. I will record them. I will record them, but I don't know if we're wanting to post those recordings. Probably though. Probably. The only problem then is, well, I'll keep that off mic for now. Let me go ahead and ask Duck and then. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just asked the all the guys, so we'll see. Good, Charlie. Good. And that's how it should be. I mean, and honestly, my lesson on Thursday with you guys that are with me, it's we're going to be starting from the basics. So we haven't really done those in a while, so kind of just going to start real basic and get a little bit more advanced as things move on, just to make sure we all have the right building blocks together. Wow, look at AMD here, about to come back under 180. I do think 175 is doable. I don't know about today because we're already down 5.5% on this, down $10. Yeah, I agree, Charlie. That's probably going to be what we're going to do. I mean, you guys know the whole reason we're doing this coaching stuff on, with specific analysts is so you spend more, besides listening to 5 different people, we want you to spend, at least 2 months with one person so you can really deep dive and really learn a specific strategy rather than kind of bouncing around. So, to me, the issue is someone joining, watching the archived videos, watching all of them and then just kind of moving on quickly because, you can do that, but it's not beneficial whatsoever. You gotta think, I mean, I've been doing this for over 5 years. So, I mean, I, it's a constant learning game. You can't learn how to do this in a week. Yeah, Jim, I hear you on that. That's kind of why I only look to signal one, maybe two things a day, just because I know some people struggle with account size. Uh-oh, J-Wag in the house. 180 coming back in here on AMD. Well, we're about 45 minutes in here, guys. So I'll stick around for another 15 minutes. So ask away, ask your questions. Yeah, J-Wag, 100%. So I guess that's a decision that each of y'all would have to make. But believe me, learning this in a week, thinking you can join and just watch lessons and absorb all this isn't really how it goes. Onrod, yes, I do have a lesson tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern. Kenny, I do swing. I do swing every now and then. Yeah, Thursday too. So Thursday is going to be the premium lesson in the coach's corner. Look at this new low coming in here. Wow. But okay, yeah, back to what Kenny was saying. Yeah, I do swing every now and then. It's not really my forte, I guess. It works. I've caught some really nice swings in the past, but if you want a good swing coach, that's going to be Mr. SLP. That's going to be our kind of our swing trading coach's corner. New low. Look at that. 465 of contracts. They did lose a little bit of value, which is kind of weird. Wow. Someone just bought a ton of 180 puts, over 1,200. Let's do the math on that real quick. 1,200 times about 460. Half a mil. Yeah, Charlie, what platform are you using? We can work that out. Weeble, okay. Not supposed to go in that heavy. Netflix rolling over a little bit. Meta bounce back up. Coin going for low a day. AMD new low. Tesla under 170. Amazon and Apple are the only two green stocks I'm seeing here. Decent moves there. This is a good time to buy AMD stocks long term. Honestly, I'd probably say no. Wow, new low here. About to be $5 a contract. But Big Bull. The reason I say that is because long term, I'm talking like 10+ years, probably. Yeah, I mean, any of this is going to be okay. But right now, I mean, look how extended things are. NVIDIA, AMD, SMCI, all those chip AI names are just so blown out of the water right now. They're just way up in the air. So, you know, if you buy here, you might run into some problems, especially if the whole market kind of rolls over. That's when you're going to probably be in a pain for a little bit, um, and have to hold on. So, I mean, like to me, so you know, long-term buy stocks to me, Tesla's good because I mean, look how extended this is down to the downside. To me, this is a great area to start kind of buying long term, and you know, ideally anywhere from 170 to 150 to me is great. Oh man, the buyers are just getting killed now. That's the move I was looking for. 520 a contract here. Weeble, occasionally E-Trade, started on TradeStation. Okay. 178 here, guys. Oh, see, look, now this is trading out the right way. So look how clean this move is. This is what I was waiting on and just didn't really get. But why is this happening? Well, the market finally made its rollover. We caught that trade as the market was kind of bouncing. So once this thing folded, that's when you get that AMD move that we wanted. Jim, I'd be careful. I wouldn't buy all the way down here. But if you bought kind of up near 180, then that'd be good. Just because you could see a little bounce in the short term here. But again, 175 I think is very doable. Honestly, the way it's moving, maybe even today, but I think that might be asking a bit too much. We're down now 6.5%, $12 on a stock like this is pretty big. There's a duck spammer. Charlie, where is that? Or is that a joke? Up 12% stop loss break even. Jim, that is just what I like to hear, my man. Good. There's a duck spammer in here. Is there a where's the what channel is he talking in, Charlie? So we can go find him. Oh wow. Well, that's pretty funny. Good eye, Charlie. Thank you. You are a sniper. 178 here. Look at this thing get killed. I hate that. 530 a contract. Yeah, Duco, I hate that, man. You'll get your day. New low. Look at the selling pressure on times and sales. Lots of red. Yeah, no, there's a lot of scammers and stuff. I don't think I've seen any fake Ethans yet. I guess I'm not a celebrity like Duck. Wow, this thing is getting crushed, guys. This is the right name. It's missing out on a lot of this, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, guys, the rule of thumb is if anyone comes and says and asks you for money, just, I mean, that's just the telltale right there. Ever fall for that. Instagram, on anything. I do need a nickname. Ethan's pretty bland, isn't it? I don't have access to that channel, Nikki. What is that? And Duck has trademark next to his name. Eaton. E-Trades. That's one of the social handles I have. Jim, if you need help on Thinkorswim, man, I can get you all set up. Believe me. Oh, so you did have an Ethan spammer, JWAG, really? Oh, he had trademark too. Wow. Yeah, or like, hi friend. A lot of the times you may even say like you'll see broken English and stuff. Next time, if y'all get an Ethan scammer or spammer, send me a screenshot of that. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. Hello, dear. Getting the support box on one screen. Chris, I can help you with that. Did that happen this morning? Because mine was all screwed up this morning as well. Yeah, mine did that weird expanding where it like expanded across all my monitors. Like, what's going on? Yeah, Chris, I can help you out for sure. Make sure the bottom left of your screen you're on a default layout. That might be it. Click those little tabs, the bottom left, the black ones. Okay, so fire Jim. Let's see here. So are you on under trade than active trader, or are you on charts on Thinkorswim? Charts. Okay. So first things first, I want you to go over here to trade, and I want you to be under active trader. And then once you're there, let me know once you're there. Okay. And then up here, right under on demand, you're going to see a little rectangle. So for you, I would do the top two just like this and click them. Actually, I'll just kind of walk you through it real quickly here. And then I would, this little link here next to where the ticker would be, type in some sort of ticker, and then this little white symbol link, make that yellow. And then on the left one over here, make it red. And then also make sure active trader is clicked on the right side on this this right box. And then to load a contract, you're just going to kind of do the same thing. You're going to go to all products, make sure your all products is also red up here next to the ticker. And then you just simply right click on what contract you want, cursor over the send, go over to yellow, click on yellow, And now the contract you picked is here. Any other questions, guys? AMD still making lows, 560 a contract. It's killing me. I had the right idea. That's good. Something's going on with my news tab, Chris. So yeah, something was weird with IB today. Yeah. Jim, that'll work out for you. We are at that hour mark, guys, so I'm probably gonna start wrapping things up pretty soon. So, any last minute questions, fire away. If not, then we can move on with our day. Tesori Andre from YouTube, what's up? Profit and loss on the left. There. Jim, I think you're in the day traders corner, right? Okay. It'll be so much easier if I can just get on a call with you one on one and just do this quickly. So at some point, maybe later today or tonight before the lesson, more than happy to help you, dude. That's an easy fix. It'll take less than 5 minutes. Cool. All right. Yeah, so we got Jay's group session. So for you guys in Jay's coach's corner, I want to get ready for that in 30. Sure, it'll be a good one. Bull, Mr. Swinging Bull killed it yesterday on his. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for me. Like I said, any last minute questions, throw it in here. Yeah, if y'all need a coach, there's your link. YouTube, Twitter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Thursday morning.